truly, we're not really angry at them. We're sad. We're sad for them.
All right, now you've heard from Crystal to political insider Ileana Johnson, a business expert Mark Serrano, and attorney extraordinaire Randy Zellin. Randy, legally, does she have ground to stand on? I'm okay having gays come in to my pizza shop. I draw the line at catering a wedding.
The way the law is presently drafted, the answer is yes, because what she's saying is, I am exercising my religious beliefs. And according to my interpretation of the Bible, a marriage between anyone other than a man and a woman is wrong. So I will serve a same-sex person, but I will not get involved in a wedding ceremony involving people of the same sex. And the law says you can't put a substantial burden on her for doing that.
But can she be fined or sued if she doesn't?
She can have her day in court to argue that she has religious beliefs and reasons for her actions. That's the whole point of the law. But look at this from a political and business standpoint. She's such a demon, isn't she? She's this heat-seeking radical. No, she's not at all. She's middle America. She's a small business owner who's worked hard to build that business up in 9 years. Look at this contrast. You've got the CEO of Walmart, the CEO of Apple speaking out on this issue, and they're hailed as heroes. Here's this little tiny pizza shop owner who is demonized and who may lose her business because of a radical agenda trying to shut her down.
Ileana, what do you make of the reaction it has gotten among those in the business community, particularly on the part of Tim Cook and others who said that it's unfair to gays and it would be cruel and heartless, paraphrasing here, but yet he ships millions of jobs overseas to make all those iPhones where the working conditions, particularly in Asia, are not hunky-dory. But what do you make of that and how they're essentially shooting first and later maybe asking questions but don't count on it?
What I think is so interesting here, Neil, is that this is really a story fabricated out of nothing. There is no gay couple in Indiana that was denied catering of pizza and breadsticks at their wedding. But
by the way,
we actually,
but anyone, straight or gay, has a pizza shop cater their wedding. I mean, I would do that. I would do that for my daughter. Well, exactly. Mine would be at like a Shoney's, but I'm just saying that. I'm just saying, straight or gay, that's weird. But I interrupted your fine point. Go ahead.
Right. There is no gay couple that's not getting pizza and breadsticks. This was a reporter who went in and asked the question and created a firestorm. But what we do have is regular people, the O'Connors, who are now have had to shut down their restaurant and who have suffered real consequences. And I think it's important to realize what this debate about is not really about RFRA, the Religious Freedom and Restoration Act, but it's about whether anybody's going to be able to believe that is going to be able to hold beliefs against gay marriage and have that not equated with bigotry. It's a much bigger political debate, and in that debate, the O'Connors are just grist for the mill.
You know, Lorraine, what if her and the dad, their position was, we won't serve gays at our pizzeria?
Well, certainly, I think that would have taken, I believe, the religious aspect of it and the safe harbor, correct, of the religious aspect of it. So that would have been a problem. But to your point and to everyone's point, the message is going to get lost because, as you said, this woman is a target, a magnet for this response, death threats, having to close her shop. No, it should teach us, once again, we're human beings. We should be able to talk, debate, exchange ideas. And if I'm wrong or I can be moved, move me. But to threaten her and to basically chase her out of town and look at this woman.
Comics have had a field day. The mainstream media's had a field day. Businesses have had a field day. And I see a far greater indication to protect a certain class's rights, but to ignore those who just might have religious convictions.
Right. Yeah, look, Crystal O'Connor proved the point in your interview with her. She demonstrated that she doesn't want to discriminate against anybody, right? She just wants to be, and she serves folks, anybody in her business.
And by the way, she never boycotted any weddings.
Correct.
The question was, I would draw the line there. So
but that's why,
if there was that prior behavior, it was just a conviction.
She's a regular person. She doesn't want to discriminate against anybody, but she doesn't want her own religious beliefs to be impinged upon. And that's where the rub comes here. But that's also where the news media, the mainstream news media, is a pawn for the far political left. Nobody wants to discriminate against anybody. Yeah. And this bill is in law in 20 other states right now.
But now they're carving out exemptions, I guess, Ileana, where they have to include you will not alienate or ostracize or target gays. But doesn't that open you up to adding other groups that might be similarly offended or not?
Sure, it does. And, you know, I think it's illustrative that in a debate that started out with people saying where are the protections for gays, what we have is a Christian pizzeria that got shut down, which demonstrates, I think, the need for a law like RFRA. That's the case that you're going to see Republicans making. But also, there wasn't a huge problem in Indiana, you're also hearing Republicans say, with gays being discriminated against, just like there was no gay couple that didn't get served here. And as other special interest groups come up saying, where's the law to protect me, I think you'll hear Republicans and conservatives say, this wasn't a huge problem to begin with. And so why do we need to address it through legislation?
Guys,
total media.
Thank you. Meanwhile,